Hi, good morning, everyone. It's your girl again, Balatuto Fatoki. Welcome to another episode of Sped Every Day. I'm so glad to be here today, and I want to use this opportunity to thank everyone that has been watching my videos. I really appreciate you. Thank you for your emails. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel, Sped Every Day. And I would like to also request that please, when you watch the videos, whether through the link on Facebook or on Instagram or through emails, kindly subscribe to the YouTube channel and please comment. And thanks so much for all those that have been doing it again. Thank you so much. Today, your girl is here, and I'll be talking about two major things. And what are those? One, I would like to quickly, talk about emotional disturbance. I have had a lot of emails from friends, from families, from people that I've not met, and from my subscribers asking about what is emotional disturbance. My child has an inability to learn, and not because of intellectual disorder, not for health reasons, but it just cannot learn. And I've had emails already. Also, I've had phone calls from a lot of people asking me about, okay, my child eats a lot. Is that a disorder? Or is just so scared of everything. He doesn't want to go to school, or he's so scared of himself. He's not confident enough. Like questions upon questions. And with that, I really, really want to try to explore the area of emotional disturbance. And why I'm doing this is because most of our developing countries or the underdeveloped countries are struggling from this. Everybody thinks, okay, the only disability going on in town, the only disability we have is autism. And, when people ask, oh, Sped Every Day, is it just autism? Do you think my child is autistic? Number one, I would say we need to take our kids for evaluation. We shouldn't just think about or rely whatever thing that is wrong with our child on what people are saying. Kids are different. Even for autistic kids, it's different. No autistic child is the same. Every autistic child are unique in their own way. So we cannot just base what other parents are saying or what somebody has advised about their own child being autistic to what our child's autism would be like. So no matter what, even with these videos, I would say, please always try and find help. Take your child for an evaluation just to be sure of what actually is wrong with the child and how to better assist this child. So now back to emotional disturbance. Emotional disturbance, I would say, is an inability to learn, or something that you can't, like your child cannot learn or an individual cannot learn, but you cannot explain it. And it is not associated, like I said earlier, to any kind of sensory problems or intellectual problem or health reasons. And maybe the child cannot also build or maintain a positive relationship, or just fill in the gap with peers, or cannot just blend in with peers or people around. Maybe social skills problem, or the child is kind of moody all the time. There's this kind of inappropriate type of behavior, even in under normal circumstances. We may be looking at emotional disturbance. So now it's not only about, okay, this child behavior is this, or bad behavior, it fights a lot. No, it might be a kind of anxiety disorder. When we talk about anxiety disorder, it may be like, I'm so scared all the time, I'm so fearful. And when somebody is anxious, or when there's anxiety going on in your system, you know how we act. We want to be on the defensive. We want to be we want to pull back. We don't want to relate with anybody. And this happens to our kids. Also, we want to think about bipolar. The child is maybe at this time very happy to the extreme, and then the next time you see your child being drawn back or thinking about suicide, or just not the regular, just in the twinkle of an eye. So that's being bipolar. And we can't just, like I said, we can't just say, okay, this child is bipolar because he acts like that. There still has to be some kind of evaluation done. There still has to be people, you can talk to. And there still has to be, you need to find out. You need to medically find out what's going on with your child. When you go to the professionals in the area of mental health, they'll be able to, they have forms, they have assessments that can be done to be able to get truly what's going on with your child. And that is when Sped Every Day will be able to help to know specifically how to, get on this trigger, how to help this behavior, and how to assist the child. Also, we have like conduct disorders. Under emotional disturbance, we have eating disorders. We'll see some kids or some individuals that they just want to starve themselves, while some would, overeat and eat and eat and eat and then force themselves to throw up. That's a kind of emotional disturbance as well. And all this, sometimes comes from anxiety, comes from being nervous, comes from not being able to fit in, comes from trying to prove to the world that, oh, this is who I am. And when we're struggling to, really push into the world, like this is, I want to be accepted, a lot of people tend to go to the extreme, and it can be through a fight. Also, we have the psychotic disorders. Like the psychotic disorder was one of those that I discussed mainly with my clients and my subscribers during the week. And, I noticed that like a lot of people calling me, and even for like adults, asking me, okay, my husband at home, I didn't do anything to him, or, he just assumes that this is happening. So, and, through research, I noticed that most of these things, we overlook it, even as parents. Oh, the child just gets angry and, I'm going to talk to the child. And then the child grows up into that. Oh, I apologize sincerely for this sound. I think my neighbor is trying to cut their grass or something. Not when my video is going on. I'm so sorry about that. But I'll be I will try as much as possible to be loud, and so loud and clear, so you can hear me, and we all can make meaning out of this video today. Thank you so much for understanding. So again, talking about psychotic disorder, this is when there's a kind of hallucination, there's a kind of delusion, something is just false beliefs. And when we look at, adults now, even at work and, where we go places, we see people trying to like, oh, this happened, and, and when you actually look at it, it didn't happen that way. That's a kind of emotional disturbance that has to be really, factored in and attacked as well. So I would like to encourage us at this time that if you have anything going on in a family like that, if you have things like that coming up, I want us to at least get help from psychologists. Let's get help from psychiatrists. Let's get help from mental health professionals. Let's not just sit back at home and feel, okay, I'm so scared, or I'm shy, or I'm going to be embarrassed. The thing is that for our children, they're still young. We can help them at the early stage. If you try to say, okay, I'm going to be embarrassed, or I don't want people to know about this condition, I don't want families to know about this, then at the end of the day, these kids will grow up and it will be out of control. I know a lot of parents are going through this at this point. I know it can be overwhelming. I know you feel you can handle it yourself, but trust me, you have to work with individuals. You have to work with people. You have to work with others that are experienced in this area. And some of the, through my research and through help that I've been able to, like things I've been able to do with kids with this kind of disorder, like the emotional disturbance, is like trying to help them with social skills. They really don't know it. And they're trying to find their way into the system. And the best way they can, most times, find their way is through aggressiveness. So we need to share with them a lot of social skills stories. We need to model it to them. We need to let them understand these stories. We need to let them, we need to help them learn how to know, how to do it better, how to communicate better, how to handle stress. Even before the stress comes, we need to try to help them to understand that like life is not just straightforward. We need to let other members of the family know. We need to let the school know. We need to let the community know that, okay, my child is going through this, and this is the way I've been trying to help this child, so that in unity, things like this work better when there's unity, when everybody is together on the same page. And then for, like I would say, for most underdeveloped countries, I know that at times, you can be lost in trying to help your child, know a lot of things, achieve a lot of things at the same time. But today I want to lets you understand that you can have an individual plan for your child. Your child will not be able to factor this in and factor that in all at the same time. But with an individual plan, it means that you have something written. You have a document for yourself as a parent, writing down goals of what you really want your child to know. If you're trying to help your child in this kind of behavior, do not just, model it up or just bring everything at once to overwhelm the child. Create a timeline, create a particular set of goals or something specifically you want to work on, so that at that time, you have enough strength, even as a parent, to be able to work with that child on that thing. And when you do that, when the child is experienced or has achieved excellence in that area, then you can move on to another thing. Then when we're trying to create interventions or create individual plans for a child, we should not just base it on learning, not just academic. We have to understand that there are times that their learning can be impeded because of behavior. So what do we do to stop this? What do we do to help them in learning? We need to understand and identify the behavior. We need to understand and identify the antecedent. What happens first before this behavior occurs? So we need to get that off the way. We need to move that away so that this child will be able to focus. If you know your child's learning can be impeded maybe through a kind of noise or when it's too loud, then you need not let the child learn when there's a lot of noise. So meaning that at every time when we're trying to create plans for our kids, we need to understand, especially those with emotional disturbance or people that cannot handle stress. We need to understand that there has to be a positive behavior intervention. There has to be a plan. There has to be a support that would help them in learning, that will help and better assist them to understand and to feel what you want them to feel. And also, I would say when you seek help from medical professionals, they'll be able to identify if your child needs maybe an antidepressant or any form of medication. And a lot of us say, I don't want my child to take medicine. I don't want my child to take medicine. But if that is what would help your child, I would say, please do not hesitate. Because it's not just about you. It's about what you're trying to let your child achieve. It's about the child's future. As parents, we may not or we will not always be there. One day we're going to grow up and we're going to leave. And there are other people in the world that may not be able to understand and accept our kids as they are because we're gone. So we need to set the pace from now. We need to help them as much as we can from now so that these kids would, be into it. They already know. And the most important part of all this learning, behavior intervention, the support we can give them at this time is transition, is independence. We don't want to grow up and trying to still in their life like we were when they were two or when they were 3. We want them to have a life. I'm so sorry, this noise is really getting into me now. I'm so sorry. And this is important. I'll just try to be as louder than the noise. So, as much as possible, parents, when we're creating plans for learning, for the plans let them be individualized. I always mention that a lot. Do not create your plan based on my neighbor's child is autistic, my friend's child is autistic. No, that's your child. Let's create our plans based on what our child is, who our child is, and what our child can achieve. We're not going to compare a child's success to another child's success. Likewise, I don't want to compare my success with somebody. And I don't want people to compare the success with me as mine. Everybody is individualized. It has to be individualized. So again today, I'm trying to let us know that parents, when you notice a certain behavior, it's repetitive, it's impeding learning, please let us ask for help. Let's go to psychologists. Let's go to psychiatrists. Again, like I've had parents say, psychiatrists. Oh, that means my child. Psychiatrists are there for us. It's a brain thing. They understand our brain. They can process it. It's more of mental. The way we act, the way we do, everything we do is in here. It's mental. So do not let us feel like, oh, because I'm going to a psychiatrist or I see my neighbor or my friend go to a psychiatrist, oh, then want to take the world out of it and call the child names or feel like, we're better than them. No, that's not it. So parent, please do not be afraid to take your child and get whatever help you can get for your child. Because nobody will claim that child more than you. That's your child, that's your blood. And please, when we have people around us in this situation, the best we can give them is to help them, is to encourage them, is to understand that they're going through a lot of stress and they do not need our own stress added to theirs. We need to all come together as a team. And I know that this video will make a more positive impact in the lives of people watching it, would help us to come out more, and understand more that there's more than autism is one of the disabilities. There are many more. We still have a lot of kids going through a lot. We have like other health impairments, ADHD. We have kids that they just want to move around. And we still have to let them learn. And we cannot judge them with that. And I hope this would have gone a long way. And before, I don't want this video to be long, but I just want to really quickly touch base with task analysis. Task analysis is important as well. It helps in learning. I'm not going to go fully into it today, but in my next video, I'll be talking about task analysis, and which is a step-by-step procedure in achieving something, in completing a task for our kids. And I know I've been receiving emails about people asking me, I need a task analysis about how my child can take a bath in the morning. I need task analysis on washing dishes, task analysis in warming something in the microwave, task analysis as for even brushing the teeth or tying shoes. It's a step-by-step. I do that, and if you need any help with task analysis, just to briefly explain what it is to you, it's just a step-by-step in achieving success in something. It's a checklist where we can lay it down step by step. So even if you're not there, your child can look at, number one, what do I do? Bring out the food from the freezer. Number two, set it on the cabinet, let it thaw. Number three, so your child can follow those steps to achieve what they're trying to achieve. So I'm always here to help you with your task analysis. I'm always here to help you with your child's learning, behavior intervention, and support in every way. Just remember to email spedeveryday@gmail.com, or you can also comment under the YouTube channel Spedeveryday, and of course Instagram. You can inbox me on Instagram, on Facebook, because definitely we want to make it confidential. It has to be one-on-one. And please, parents, let's continue to be strong. Let's continue to stay strong. Our kids need us. Our spouses need us. For example, let me quickly say, it's like I have someone that said in her email that she and her husband just realized that he has a psychotic depression, which is more emotional. And now the husband has been taking medication and is better. So even as spouses, let's check ourselves. As adults, let's check ourselves. A parent might have missed it when we were young. But you know what? If medication would help us to be better people, if support would help us to be better people, counseling will help us to be better people, please let's do it. It all boils down to our happiness and our joy. Thank you again for watching this episode. I love you all, and I thank you for reaching out to me. And again, see you next time at Spedeveryday. Thank you, and have a blessed weekend. Your girl, Bola Tutu Fatoki. Bye.